A bee's brain is roughly the size of a grass seed. It has no neocortex, no face recognition center, nothing close to what a human brain uses to tell people apart. And yet, in a now famous study, scientists discovered that honeybees can learn to recognize individual human faces, not blurs, not shapes, actual faces, well enough to pick the right one out of a lineup. Here's how researchers found this out. Bees were shown photographs of human faces and trained with a reward: sugar water placed near one specific face, nothing near the others. Within a relatively small number of trials, the bees learned to fly toward the correct face, even when its position was moved, even when the photos were taken with slightly different lighting. Some bees still remembered the right face 2 days later. That shouldn't be possible for an insect with compound eyes and a brain built almost entirely around finding flowers. So, how are they doing it? The answer is something called configural processing. Most of the things a bee normally looks at, like flower patterns, are recognized as one whole shape rather than a list of separate details. It turns out this same strategy works surprisingly well on human faces. Instead of analyzing eyes, then nose, then mouth as separate features, the way a face recognition algorithm might, the bee treats the whole face as a single pattern, in much the same holistic way it treats a flower. In other words, bees may be accidentally good at recognizing faces, not because evolution gave them a face detection module, but because the general purpose pattern recognition they use for foraging happens to transfer almost perfectly to human features. This matters for more than just trivia. It suggests that complex looking recognition behavior doesn't always require a complex, specialized brain. A system built for one purpose, finding the right flower in a field of similar looking flowers, can be repurposed for something the bee never evolved to do at all. It also raises an uncomfortable question about how we judge intelligence. We tend to assume that recognizing a face requires something close to what we have: dedicated neurons, conscious recognition, a sense of who someone is. Bees suggest that recognition can happen with none of that. Pattern matching alone, run on a brain smaller than a sesame seed, can get you most of the way there. So the next time a bee lingers near your face longer than seems necessary, it might genuinely be trying to work out whether it's seen you before. If this surprised you, you're not alone, and there are more discoveries about animal intelligence like this than most people realize. Subscribe if you want more deep dives into the things animals can do that science still struggles to explain. And let me know in the comments, what's the most surprising